So we're here to talk about House of Villains. Congrats on this season.
Thank you.
We're amongst two legends here.
Thank you.
What was both of your strategies going into this season?
I didn't really have a strategy because I've learned so far in games I do best when I'm able to like decide every day, day to day, what I'm going to do because you have to react to so many changes.
I didn't have a strategy at all. It was the first time like I'm really tapping into the world of, competition. I was a major athlete, so competition is something I do well. However, this was different.
No, it's a whole,
And
it's
you're
a whole other
navigating
thing.
personalities and
Yeah.
scheming, and you also have to separate that it is a game. Like you could maybe not like someone on the show, but they're playing a game.
Yeah.
So you gotta step back and remove yourself from that for a moment and be like, listen, that person probably a nice person. Exactly. That's hilarious because then she'll remind you they're not, and then you want to smack them.
Yeah.
But don't.
We love a little bit of shade thrown. Now, can you tell me, is there anything that's going to shock viewers this season?
Oh yeah.
What can you tease?
You're not gonna figure anything out because I didn't, and I could figure out a lot.
You know,
Do you think-
every day was full of surprises for us as the cast, for I'm sure the producers who were watching the cast, from the missions and challenges we were doing. Those were
And what a
always new and
cast.
different. I mean, there's a lot that happens this season, and it was so much fun.
Now, you both are reality TV icons, Mob Wives, The Traitors, Below Deck. How did your time on those shows prepare you for this show?
Well, actually, it's funny because I think I had an advantage because on both Below Deck and Traders, I am used to being confined in either a yacht or a castle. That sounds great. Yachts and castles usually confined with other people for a long amount of time. But for Drita, this was her first time experiencing that.
To be locked up like that, I mean, locked up of people
Yeah.
I dated, but for me to be locked up, I did not like. That I had to adjust to. That was difficult. It's not easy. I don't think anyone realizes how hard that is. You're like really stuck.
And with roommates in the same room. It's
Yeah,
a
like
whole
who
thing to get
goes
used
lives
to.
with just strangers?
Me.
You just she does, so she's used to it. But it was very big for me. It was a big jump.
I don't do it that often anymore. I mean, like it's work. It's hard. Even
It's
when
hard.
you're not working or competing, you never go home. So it's all part of it.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Now, Kate, you've been on The Traitors twice. Are you keeping up with this new season?
I have watched up until about episode 6, and I can't wait to watch the latest one, I think, or maybe I've missed 2. But I do see spoilers on social media, and I gotta say, I don't know what happens at the end of this, but it's looking pretty good for Rob the Traitor.
That's what I was going
It's
to ask.
looking pretty good for him.
I was going to ask if you thought he's playing a good game.
Oh, he's playing an amazing game. Yeah, I don't think anybody's onto him, and if they are onto him, they're gonna keep him around because he's nice and is a good competitor.
Now, you've been a traitor and a faithful on the show. What do you think is the most common mistake a traitor can make?
I was not a traitor that long. I got recruited late, so it's really difficult. It's so hard. I think a big mistake a traitor makes is turning on his fellow traitors, and that happens. But I don't think it's wise. Like, for what reason? Why would you do that?
Now, Drita, I also heard rumors that your former co-star Renee, she might be wanting to do a new Mob Wives remake. I know you. I know.
She's been saying that since Mob Wives ended.
I was gonna say I know that you weren't interested, but would you ever be interested in a remake of any sort? No, we moved on.
No. Mob Wives was, you know what? Mob Wives came out when the timing for everything is just like in life with anything. It was perfect.
Yeah.
The timing. It was when reality TV was like fresh and everyone loved that drama and the fights, and it evolved and changed. So that's kind of like a show that stayed. The show is legendary.
It is.
They still air it, but why do they still air it? Because you can't replace it. So when you have something like that, I think you should leave it where it is. And that was like a classic. And nowadays, Mob Wives aired when Instagram just came out. So it was a couple of months. Now you could just watch your favorite people and know what's going on in their life. It's not like you're coming out with a new, I personally don't live in the past.
I would love to watch Drita's next chapter, though. I would watch you do anything.
Well, I want to do it with you. So you and I
Road trip.
can go do a
Peacock
road
special.
trip
A spin-off,
and
yeah.
live on a
A
farm.
road trip,
that would be-
Peacock special,
farm-
Drita
the
and
Simple
Kate.
Life starring Kate and Drita.
Oh gosh, that's a
That will be amazing
Oh my
because I
gosh.
want to see her milk a cow.
Oh my god.
I want to see you milk a cow. I feel bad for the cow. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh my god.
Maybe not. You can just cheer me on.
Oh my
I'll
god.
take the cow.
That is so wild. I can't even
Can you
picture that.
Let's segue from that.
The segue from that is we've got a House of Villains rapid fire for both of you.
Oh,
This
fun.
is a little fun game. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. So this season is all about villains. Who's your favorite movie villain?
Cruella DeVille.
It's a good one.
Ooh, that's a good one. Maleficent.
Good one. Good one. Who would you pick from the season to be stranded on a desert island with?
Drita.
Okay. Now, is there a line you wouldn't cross to win?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh my God,
There,
yeah.
Too much physical activity. I mean, I'm not going to try too hard for that. You know, like I'm not trying.
Well, I gotta eat something where I might drop dead.
No,
I'm like,
it's just
"Eh,
gross.
money, die."
No, I
No,
have
thank you.
lots of lines.
That's a mood. That's a mood. I would be like the physical.
She's a lot
activity-
tougher than you think.
Yeah,
just
I'll
wait
do
until
enough.
the new episodes come up. I mean,
I'll do
Kate's a
enough.
lot tougher than
Honestly,
people think,
I
and
don't-
I'm actually wimpier than people
No
think.
way. That's
Yeah,
not- that's not
okay.
possible.
Throw a couple
Wait,
of
it's
bugs at
rapid
me.
fire. We're gonna be more rapid. She's gonna keep firing.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Who do you think is the most cutthroat this season?
Cutthroat? I think Kate.
Really?
To be honest,
Okay. Yeah, that me.
I would definitely say her.
I'll take that.
Who do you trust the least in the house?
Ooh.
Ashley,
Okay.
Tyson,
Tyson.
Okay. Who's the funniest villain?
New York.
I would say New York too. That's a good one.
Who from the season would you not want to get on their bad side?
New York.
Drita.
So describe the season in one word.
Hilarious.
I was gonna say that. I wish I said it at the same time as
You can say okay.
hilarious.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
hilarious.
No, it's so good. Like the
It's
episodes
so
that I've
good.
seen, it's like the ultimate, all of the best villains. Like
so
it's so much
funny.
fun to watch.
You're gonna love it.
What I've seen so far, I'm
loves it.
obsessed.
It is really that good.
Yeah, from everything from the editing to the casting.
Like I can't talk about
it's
it
amazing.
with people, but anyone's like, "Oh, you did the show." I'm like, "You have no idea how good it is. It's so good."
Yeah. Now, when you came onto the screen, I feel like people were freaking out because of like your mob wives. Like,
Oh, they were freaking out
Yeah.
because I have not been on anything for so long because not because it was because of my decision, to be honest. I was asked to do play. I was like, no. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I have a lot of things going on in my life. And, I discussed it with a couple of my friends. Should I do something like this? My fans are amazing. And they're like, Drita, please just come back to reality. Do anything. And, I announced I have a scripted show on my life story. That goes out in the market in March. So my fans were like, we're going to support and watch that. But when you're coming back to reality TV, they actually were tweeting about traitors. House of Villains wasn't like, I thought people would call me a traitor. I started fighting with people. I said, what do you call me a traitor for? And then I realized they were like, no, Dream, the show. I was like, oh.
If that bothered you, maybe you shouldn't go to that cast one time.
oh my God.
I'm not sure Traitors is the game for you.
Yeah, and then they were
I
like,
don't know if you're gonna
House
like
of
it very
Villains
much.
is funny.
I think you're stay in House of Villains.
I was happy that I did House of Villains. I didn't know if I would be, but I was happy. And I think the show is going to be something everyone's going to feast on.
Something that's been happening on TikTok is that fans are resurfacing old clips from Mob Wives. They're showing so much love for it. They're also showing so much love for the late Big Ange, who was one of your close friends. We're coming up on 10 years since we lost her.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite memories of her? Because she's such a beloved person.
All my favorite memories of Ange was just things no one even watched on Mob Wives. So Ange was an amazing, amazing cook. Like amazing. Like I would always be like, how do I make this? Or how do I do that? And how do, and she knows me since I'm so young. So I always used, the love I have for her, it was very, very, very difficult to deal with. I was happy that Mob Wives ended, when she had passed. But because of Big Ange, I stopped smoking cigarettes. It's been forever
Oh, wow.
since I touched a cigarette. But she helped a lot of people quit. And those, it took me years to rewatch anything that she was on because I was too emotional. And now when I see it, I laugh, and I'm like, I wish she could see this or see that and see how beautiful her family. She has such a big, beautiful family. Like, those things make me really, really sad. But, you know, there will never be another Big Ange. Never. And Big Ange was bigger than life prior to television.
Truly.
What people don't really know about her. Everyone knew Big Ange was famous before being famous.
Yeah.
And she was the best person. You could call for anything, and she was just there for you. She was like that. And she could have a million things going on. But the best person, truly.
Yeah. No, I loved watching her. She was special.
And honest. You know, like people on TV, they feel like, oh, they're going to judge me if I say this or that. She was true to who she was. And Ange was much more gangster than you all know.
Wow.
She was tougher than you think. I mean, you know, the editing things come into play, but Ange was a lot tougher than people knew. That's one thing they did not know, but she was tough.
We're here to talk about the all-new season of House of Villains. It is so much fun. Can you each tell me a bit about what your strategy was going into this season? Because I feel like there's a lot that must have gone into this.
I feel like my strategy was just to go in there and figure out, like, what it all was, what it meant to me. Like, I didn't consider myself too much of a villain, but, you know, am I going to be the lesser of all evils? Am I just going to figure out who to play the game with, you know, play it by ear?
And what about you both?
I definitely wanted to downplay my, like, strategic gameplay history. Just come across as really who I am in real life more, which is very bubbly and goofy and silly, and then make friends that way, and then stab them in the back when I have to.
That's the villainous way, you know? You gotta play the game. What about you?
I just kind of wanted to come in and like feel the water and get a like test for everybody's personality and kind of what energy they were coming in there with, so I can either like match it, understand it, so see who I can and should piss off and maybe should or should not piss off, you know what I mean? So just really like feeling the energy of the space and what everybody was bringing to the table.
Totally. What do you all think is going to shock viewers the most about this season?
That's a good one.
There's so many individual shocking moments that to pick one is going to be very hard.
I think the crossover. I think like people are already like can't conceive seeing certain individuals from certain shows together. They're like, what is that crossover gonna be like? But like they have no clue how insane it really gets. Because not only is the crossover insane, but the way we engage with one another, I think, is in a way that people would never expect or imagine.
And
I
I feel
think
like we all feel, like, my bad. I feel like we were all kind of like experiencing it for the first time as well. Like me being from Love Island and not really like from all these, I don't know, it's just like a different side of reality TV, like the New Yorks and the Tom Sandoval's. It was really different for me, and I feel like we all kind of saw that kind of come to fruition as well.
I think the fans will be surprised seeing different sides of our personalities that are, you know, maybe regular shows don't show, you know, because we all have this character arc from each show that we're on. And this doesn't have that. It's not trying to build off that. This is its own show, and it shows a part of us that you've never seen before.
True. Now, how do you think your times on The Challenge, Big Brother, Love Island, how did that all prepare you for the show? Or did it not prepare you?
I was ready for battle as soon as I walked in. I was ready for like manipulation, and I was not ready for like people not really knowing gameplay or just dilly-dallying, if you will, not caring. So that was shocking, but honey, this was a piece of cake for me.
I love the confidence.
I mean, I think all villains have to be confident.
True.
Yeah. Big Brother is like a lot more of a pressure cooker. I mean, it's straight up the Stanford prison experiment. So this felt like summer camp to me because I was in the trenches on Big Brother. I mean, 3 months of isolation, living with 16 people that are like specifically like chemically curated to get on your nerves. So coming in here was like different, and I feel like I had been through like a way more difficult version where this was just kind of like there was fun mixed into it and silliness. So I felt overly prepared, kind of.
Yeah.
What about you? I feel like Love Island is a whole different type of game.
Whole different thing, but I've been on The Challenge. I did this other show, All Star Shore. So I felt like the competition side of things was like pretty familiar to me. But kind of like what Paul said, it just kind of felt like I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean? I'm just.
We're
rolling
all
with the
pretty
punches.
athletic people as well, so a lot of this is competition based. So I think a lot of our confidence comes from that part of the game as well. Like when it comes down to the games, there's more than 50% chance I'm going to win this. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So,
True. I also wanted to ask, would there ever be a chance for you to come back to Love Island games? What would it take
For the
to
third
get?
season?
What would it take for you to come back?
A good paycheck.
Okay, we love the honesty.
But I mean, you know, I'll rather see the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? I feel like I've kind of stabled myself in the Love Island sphere, and I feel like I have somewhat of a reputation, which is what got me here. So why not, you know, feed the beast a little bit and just see where it goes.
Now, was there anyone that you were nervous about when they walked into the room? You're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is gonna go.
New York. I mean, her reputation precedes her.
She is an icon.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is a little scary.
Unpredictable. is really the word, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know how I would fare next to her. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do I act? How do I act? How do I
I
act
was
around you? I don't even know.
nervous.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Anytime I
starstruck.
could see in her eyes that she's starting to get riled up, I'm like, please don't let this gun be pointed towards me.
Please, yeah.
Because I don't know if I can take it. Back to him, please. Back to him.
I mean, we all remember her from the first season of Flavor of Love. Just iconic.
Yeah.
Now we have a House of Villains rapid fire game. So this is a real quick one. You just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, since this is a season all about villains, who's your favorite movie villain?
Thanos.
Thanos.
Regina George.
Good one.
I don't know. That's a hard one for me. I don't know. Skip.
Okay,
Skip.
we can skip that one. So who from the season would you pick to be stranded on a desert island with?
Tyson.
Good. That's good.
You're very
Rapid
quick
fire.
with the answers.
Competitive.
Oh my God, I guess I'm gonna go Tyson too since he's been stranded on an island. That's
Literally.
pretty. I wasn't gonna pick him. I was gonna pick one of these guys since we're best buddies.
Yeah, any of these goofballs because like we would die.
Yeah,
But we would like have a good time. We
We
would
would
laugh.
be
I'm
laughing
not
about
dying.
it.
I'm not dying.
You're like, I am going to survive.
I'm gonna survive.
He has the confidence of no person I've met in my life. Honestly, you should be proud.
Compliment. Thank you.
Now, so who do you think is the most cutthroat this season?
I thought I was kind of cutthroat to be
Yeah,
honest.
low key. I mean, from what we've seen already, he's already done some pot stirring. You know.
But there was underlying loyalty. Like there was like definitely lines that I would never cross, but like lines that I was like, man, I could cross that and it won't like completely be disastrous. But I feel like I was pretty cutthroat. I feel like Tyson was pretty cutthroat.
I think that being cutthroat sounds like a negative, but I think right now we're kind of holding back. I think we all want to be the most cutthroat. That's the name of this game. So
That is how you win.
that is
Yeah.
how you win, honey. So I don't like to say anyone's more cutthroat than me.
There you
So
go.
we'll see.
So who do you trust the least in the house?
Tom.
Tom.
I mean, I've already said it in several occasions. So.
But I feel like it's like sometimes not even his fault because I feel like Tom is like naturally like just an anxious person.
Very paranoid
right?
vibes.
And like that just made us like
I don't
because
know if I can trust.
I
this
was
guy.
so like sure that I couldn't trust Tom, and now watching back, I'm like, damn, he didn't even really do anything, but he was so anxious.
Well, he
I'm
was
like,
always
bro.
kind of chilling in a doorway, honestly. He's like, he's
With
that
some
damn
glasses
boy.
on
He's
and like
always- yeah.
fidgeting, and I'm like, okay, girl, what is it? Like, hello?
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, once again, I think he has a big reputation of not being trusted. So maybe that's in the back of our minds, like, oh yeah,
Maybe.
the rest of America doesn't trust him. Maybe we shouldn't either.
Maybe. Who is the funniest villain?
Tyson.
Tyson was hilarious. Yeah, we said that every day almost.
Yeah.
For sure. I think we all had our own humor though.
Yeah.
Describe how you approached this season in one word.
Chaotic. Deranged.
Anxious and unprepared.
Strategic. Yeah.
Now, I know that you kind of said that there were some lines you wouldn't cross, but that's one of my questions. Is there a line that you wouldn't cross to win? If you're immediately no.
Yeah, I couldn't. No, for me, I couldn't break loyalty, and it might make a bad villain, to be honest.
Well, I don't think you really have to. I've played many games in my day now. I think I'm at like 13, 14 competitive shows. And I've realized you don't really have to break loyalty to win. The game usually takes that care for you, takes care of that
Yeah.
for you. If you allow it to, and you let the game play out. At least for me, maybe I'm lucky, but most times when I stab someone in the back, it wouldn't bother me too much.
Now, could you each describe overall the season in one word?
Chaotic.
Ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous, but in the best way. Like, it's very over the top. It's,
Overzealous.
to me,
Embarrassing.
yeah, you said one word. I'm like,
Stressful.
We'll
it's
take
an
all the
essay.
words.
Nerve-wracking.
Now, who do you think is going to surprise fans the most this season?
It's like, are we giving things away? I don't know.
Probably me, because you're going to be like, why is this sweet baby angel on the House of Villains? She is the sweetest, little, most perfect, angelic girl, and we cannot believe that they cast her on this show. So don't worry, guys, you'll see.
I don't think anybody's really going to be surprised. As, like, deranged as you expect this season to be, like, it's pretty accurate. We
Yeah.
are a wild bunch of people.
I feel like everyone was exactly who you thought they were gonna be.